Now coming to the question and answer session. In 2016 there was a question about nanotechnology. The question was, why is nanotechnology one of the key technologies of 21st century? Describe the salient features of Indian government's mission on nanoscience and technology and the scope of its application in the development process of the country. So this is basically a GS3 question. In GS3 science and technology question, obviously you all might be doing it. So what happens is that this is a 12.5 mark question and a 200 words question. So for such a question you can nominate or you can give nearly 9 minutes, that's it, just 9 minutes. And within this 9 minutes you have to time manage, you have to do an intelligent time management so that you will be able to cover all the aspects of that the question is asking or the question is demanding for. Here, in this one, there are 3 aspects which the question is demanding. First and foremost, why is nanotechnology one of the key technologies of the 21st century? The second, describe the salient features of nano mission. And the third one is the scope of its application in the development process of the country. These are the 3 aspects that your answer needs to address in this question. Before we start with the answering of the question, let me give out a brief introduction on how you should give on how you should answer these kind of questions, that is generally the science and technology questions. If you observe the previous patterns of questions, that is the previous questions that has been asked in science and technology, you can see that it has been objective in nature, in the sense that it asks for listing out the features or listing out the reasons or for describing the, like here, describing the salient features, reasons or applications, etc. So these are objective, that is it has a definite answer. It is not subjective like the other sections. So here you can say that answering in point wise would be much better, mainly because it has 2 advantages. The first advantage is that it reduces the examiner missing out some points. That is, see, if you are writing in paragraph, what happens is that there are chances that the examiner might be missing out some points which you have given while he or she is correcting the answers. While if you are giving in point wise, it is given in an objective manner. That is, you will be listing out 1, this is the answer, 2, this is the answer, 3, this is the point, etc., etc. So what happens is that the examiner would be precisely going through the points and hence you will be scoring more marks. Second one, I said earlier, that is 9 minutes is required for writing an answer. In this 9 minutes, if you are writing in point wise, it saves a lot of time. Plus, you will be conveying the exact idea what you are, plus you will be conveying the exact idea to the examiner. So you will be scoring much better marks. So here, time management is better. So that's the reason why it's our suggestion to go for point wise writing. Now here, so ideally an answer would be having 3 parts. One is introduction, second one is body, and the third part is conclusion, right? So in 200 words you need to equally focus upon all these aspects. That is, here introduction you may give up to 50 words. The body part, which is the most important part, you can give 50 plus 50, that is 100 words. That is, you can split this 100 words into 2, that is 50 words one para and the 50 words in another para. The third one is the conclusion, that is 50 words. So these are the aspects, these are the main aspects that you need to keep in before you write an answer for science and technology. Now, the first aspect of the first question, that is, why is nanotechnology one of the key technologies of 21st century? Here, what we need to focus is why it is one of the key technologies of 21st century. So before you start in the introduction itself, before you start your question, you can actually start by describing the concept that has been asked in the question. Here the concept would be nanotechnology. This is the concept, basic concept. So you can start by describing what is nanotechnology. You can define the nanotechnology. The nanotechnology is the design, characterization, production and application of structures, devices and systems by controlling shape and size at nanoscale. So by introducing the concept, the examiner will be knowing that, will be understanding that, okay, the candidate, he knows what exactly a nanotechnology is, and he is going in the right direction. That is, he is going to introduce what the question demands. So that is the reason why introducing the starting the introduction with the concept, by defining the concept matters. Now here it has asked for the key technologies, so you can say the key technology. So when do you call a technology as key technology? That is when it actually ensures that one of the challenges, or the challenges that we are facing, we will be able to meet, or we will be able to solve by using this technology. So here it is asking for key technologies of 21st century. So when you break it down, you can say that the nanotechnology should be able to meet the challenges that 21st century faces. There are several challenges that 21st century faces, but today list out the challenges that is relevant to the question, and that is relevant to nanotechnology. So here you can say the food security aspect, the second one clean drinking water, third one energy production, and the fourth one healthy citizens. So these are the important primary ones which the nanotechnology can effectively solve. Now going to the body part. In the body part, we can introduce the second part, that is, describe the salient features of Indian government's mission on nanoscience and technology. So here in the body part, what you can do is that you can introduce the nano mission to the examiner. That is, you can say that in 2007, a mission on nanoscience and technology, also known as nano mission, was launched by DST. Don't write DST, elaborate it. That is Department of Science and Technology. Was launched by Department of Science and Technology to foster, promote and develop all aspects of nanoscience and nanotechnology which have the potential to benefit the country. So this is what you are this is how you introduce the nanoscience or the nano mission. Now after giving it in one sentence, go for salient features. Don't just describe, or don't just go ahead and elaborate all the details about nano mission, because you have just 200 words constraint. So just go ahead with the salient features. You know, this one sentence is more than enough for introducing it. Now the salient features are the thrust that is given for infrastructure development for nanoscience and technology research. Then the establishment of technology development centers across the country. Then human resource development, that is educating the youth, empowering the youth, etc. Then international collaborations with multilateral and regional groupings like BRICS, OECD, World Bank, etc. Then joint institution, industry linked projects and public-private partnership activities. Then support for research and development projects to the individual scientists. This is very important because here the mission strives to meet to ensure that the individual scientists who are coming up with relevant technology or who are aspiring to crack a relevant technology will be able to do so with their funding. So these are the salient features of nano mission. Now going ahead, the third part, that is the scope of its application in the development process of the country. So the scope, it is asking for the scope of its application. So here in the application aspects, you can say the scope which we are going to mention here, you can link it with the key technologies which you had mentioned in the first paragraph. The first paragraph, that is, you are saying about key technologies. So here you can say the scope for the key scope is about meeting the challenges. So here you can say about food security. The first part is food security. So in the food security aspect, you can say that pesticides and fertilizers, they are used in a more efficient manner using nanotechnology. Why? Because as I said earlier, they will be using the nano capsules. Then you can say in the packaging industry, nanotechnology can be used so as to reduce the food wastage, which is very, very important. So as to reduce, here in the first part you can say in food security, nanotechnology can be used to increase the agricultural production. Second part, you can say that it can also be used for decreasing or reducing the food wastage. How? By using antimicrobial wrappers, then which has smart sensors so as to reduce the nutrient loss, and it preserves a healthy food so that food wastage is reduced. So overall, the food production prices also reduces. So this is how the food security aspect is introduced. Now coming to the clean drinking water. So in the clean drinking water, you can say about supplying clean drinking water to the drought hit areas, wherein use of graphene can bring about a cost effective not only desalination, you can also water purification is also possible, so that clean water can be given. Now the energy production. In the energy production, you can say nanotechnology embedded solar panels will have much better efficiency, energy efficiency. It will also make it more thin and also cost effective. It would be thin, it can be rollable and also easily transportable, and also it can be more efficient. So these are the areas which you can bring under energy production. Plus, if you want, you can bring about the windmill, windmill aspect which I said earlier. That is the epoxy paints, etc., or the material that is used for constructing the windmill blades, which is made up of nano material composites, can be lighter, stronger, as well as more efficient in producing electricity. So this is how you can bring the energy aspects. You can also further link it in another sentence, in one sentence, that is which can help India to meet its commitment towards NDCs or the Paris Climate Change Conference. Then you can say about the healthy citizens, that is in the health part, you can say about the regenerative medicines, wherein nanotechnology is making inroads. Then you can say about the nano robots, which helps in treating various illness, and also about the chemotherapy part, which I said earlier. That is, targeted drug injection can be made so that individualized or customized treatment option is available to all individuals, so that it can help in ensure that the country's citizens are secured in full manner. Here also you can bring this superbugs, that is, using nanotechnology you can ensure that the use of antibiotics is reduced, so that antimicrobial actions of the nanotechnology or the nanomaterials can help in preventing diseases or preventing the microbial infections from happening. So these are the areas wherein you can link the scope or the key technologies with that of nano mission. And again, don't go ahead and describe each and every part, that is food security, this is it, this is it, this is it. Need not. What I said right now is for your understanding. Do not explain it. Just give it in one sentence or two sentences. In food security, you give it a subheading. Then in food security, you can help it by increasing agriculture production, how it increases, what I said earlier. Then, and also reducing the food wastage in clean drinking water, in the supply of clean drinking water, etc. So you need to bring in 4 subheadings and then give out one point or 2 points each. So by this you can actually complete the body aspect, that is the application aspects. Now coming to the conclusion part, you need to link this application, the scope of nano mission, to the development part. So here what you can do is that if you want, you may give one challenge that the nano mission is right now facing, but again that is not that much important. Here what I chose is that one challenge may be as I discussed earlier, the reduction in the budget allocation by DST. So a solution would be more proactive thrust for private sector led or PPP led development. So this may be one of the challenge, and along with that the solution must also be given together. So this is not that much important, but if you can, then it depends upon the word limits. And then you can conclude by saying that nano mission offers a huge potential for Make in India initiative, so as to provide employment opportunities, or you can say that it can help in India becoming a manufacturing hub with cutting edge technologies. So you can either choose from anything, any one of them. Of course, there are other points also, you can bring it. This is a sample. The final sentence should be in such a manner that it should end in a positive manner. So with a huge population, you can say that with a huge population with nearly 1/3 close to or below poverty line, for India, nanotechnology offers a cost-effective, sustainable and an eco-friendly approach to realize its goal to be a developed nation within the next few decades, or you can say that to realize its goal to meet the SDGs, or you can say that to realize its goal to meet the climate change. Wherever possible, you can link it to the developmental agenda of the country or the world as such. So here it has asked precisely for the country aspect. So that is the reason why I said developed nation within or meeting the SDGs and as well as the climate change parameters. So this is all about nanotechnology, the question that was asked in 2016. About the other questions we will be discussing in the other sessions. Thank you.